He's a skilled lover and a passionate warrior.
I love it. Skill
That's
lover.
it. Yeah.
कि मतलब अभी मेरे शौहर आएंगे और हम साथ में ड्रिंक पिएंगे but and then he comes at so
He was sitting and he would do lines. He would come up and he would say, "Let's do lines together." You know, that's the humility that he possesses. So it's an honor, a privilege, and a blessing to have shared screen with Naseer sir.
Hi, my name is Aashim Gulati.
Hi, my name is Shubham Kumar Mehra.
Hi, my name is Taha Shah Badusha.
Hi, this is Aditi Rao Hydari.
And
you're
you are
watching
watching us on
Koimoi.com.
Hi guys, Grinell here from Koimoi, and today we are with the royals. So we have first with us Prince Salim, then Prince Daniyal, Prince Murad, and the beautiful Anarkali. So can you all please introduce yourself to our audiences first, along with whatever you want to say about your characters.
I'll go first.
Bigger brother.
Hi, I'm playing Salim. Salim, she's a lover. She's a poet. He loves art, music. The only thing that he doesn't want is the throne, and ironically, he eventually fights for it in many ways than one. And he's a skilled lover and a passionate warrior.
I love it. Skill
That's
lover.
it. Yeah,
I want.
that's what
skill loving.
Salim's about.
What is a
Yeah.
skilled lover?
No, I think
Skilled lover is the way he loves.
he's very fair.
He skillfully loves, and he's very passionate about the way he fights and for who he fights. So
He's
yeah,
fair.
in
He's a
a
fair
nutshell.
guy.
Yeah,
He's just.
He's just. He's got many layers to him. That's what Salim's about.
My man, Daniyal, please.
You want to take that first?
What? No,
Okay,
your
I'll-
turn.
Age
brother.
order?
So, Daniyal Mirza is actually, I'm going to say something that she said the first time I met her. She called Daniyal a kid without an anchor. So Daniyal is
bro.
basically a boy who believes in Allah, believes in goodness, believes in kindness, loves his brother more than life itself, and has been raised without a mother, or at least someone who he doesn't consider to be his mother, and is basically void of a childhood and emotion. And yeah, that's Daniyal Mirza.
Yeah. My character's name is Murad. Murad is the second son of Sultan Akbar. He is very desperate for appreciation of his father, whereas he doesn't get the respect of the elder or the love of the younger, which then converts his view of the world, and he becomes very aggressive, a ruthless annihilator, to be very honest and straightforward. I guess he is willing to do anything to win over the throne, and he will go at any length, and family ties don't really matter except his father. I think in a round off, this is what Murad is. Murad is very physical. He's a warrior. He believes that war is the only way to rule, and that's about Murad.
Anarkali.
Anarkali, I think, as we all know, is a tragic heroine. And in Ron, our directors, in Ron's words, she is this, she signifies everything that could be, but isn't. So that is, I think, what Anarkali signifies. But I think to Anarkali herself, I feel she is a girl who, she stands for loyalty, she's fearless, she's spirited. She believes in love and hope. She lives in her, in her dreams of one day possibly, finding, seeing the love through. I think it's really about, it's a girl who really lives in her little, world of hope and dreams, for love. And I think where it stems from is the fact that she dances, and that is what she has known ever since she was possibly born, is that she is a dancer, and music and dance are what really defines who she is and all her dreams.
Well, I've heard enough about your character, and now I'm waiting to see you all on screen with Akbar and, I mean, not Akbar, but with Naseeruddin Shah and Dharmendra. So how was it working with these two veterans?
Oh, man.
Was it like a teaching class?
So
on
I
set?
I have to say that I've always wanted to go to a film school, and I never had the money to go to a film school. Like, I wanted to go abroad, and it required a lot of money, and I didn't have it. And I've always said, like, okay, one day when I do make enough, I want to go. And I was so glad that I didn't, because, you know, like in moments like these and in opportunities like these, when you get to act in front of an actor, a legend like Naseeruddin Shah, it was a school in itself. And for me to perform scenes with him and to just be in the same space as him was just so amazing. And you know, and he would drop his like little pearls of wisdom whilst we were performing, and he'd be like, "Yeah, isko na, you know, thoda aisa kar de, aisa kar de, bahut chala gaya, bahut chala gaya." मैंने कहा हाँ ठीक है. And then actually that, you know, and every time I would do that, I'd realize the genius of who he is. So it was surreal. Like, it was just everything that I dreamed of and more. And I'm just so happy and I'm so grateful that I've gotten this opportunity to work with such a fantastic cast, and especially Naseer Saab. You know, it's just been real.
What about you, Shubham?
Yeah, I think I haven't even had this big a crush on a girl, I think, as I have on him. I'm just in awe of him. When I look at him, I'm like blushing from ear to ear. And it's not just because of the actor that he is. The actor that he is worshipped all across the world, in fact. But the person that he is, and how beautifully he treats you, and like how at no point will it be like that you're not an equal. Like, he can be 72, 73 years old, but he'll just talk to you like he'll talk to you like a human being. He'll not talk to you like, oh, you're an actor and you're a junior. And our conversations would just be about everything. And I actually want to tell all of you this one incident. This one time, me being the fanboy that I am, I asked him, he was shooting a scene with Aashim, and I was like, this is my moment and I can ask him out for a drink or whatever. And then later do like a flex in front of my friends that I was drinking, you know, last night with Naseer sir. So I asked him and he said yes. And he said, if we pack up early, then yes, but you organize whatever. So I went back to my room and I just literally, I was like a dulhan in her attire, just waiting कि मतलब अभी मेरे शौहर आएंगे और हम साथ में drink पिएंगे. But and then he comes, so I've been waiting since 11 p.m. And then I was waiting till about 12:20, and we were supposed to wrap by 11. And there were all these other people who were eating and like chilling or whatever. But I was like, "Aaj to peeni hai, bhai. Aaj piyenge." So and finally this man shows up at 12:30. It was a late pack up or whatever. And he's crossing in, and I'm standing there, and मेरी ना आवाज नहीं निकल रही है, और मैं finally बोलता हूँ, "Sir, are we having that drink?" And he's like, "No, yaar, Danny, it's too late now." And he just walks in. I've become sad. Like, my energy and everything, my mojo has dropped. And I've gone into my room and I've started eating my dinner like a good boy. 20 minutes into this, he enters the room and he's like, so where's the drink? Where are the drinks? And I've gotten up and then whatever. But like, what I'm trying to say is that he's so like, he was exhausted after like a 12 and a half, 13-hour shift. But still, he like made it a point that he comes and he has that drink with me because he promised me. So now that says so much.
He's so sweet.
There's other stories also, but those are for the other interviews.
Correct.
What about you? How was it working with Naseeruddin Shah and Dharmendra?
Unfortunately, I guess none of us actually got the chance of working with Dharam sir.
Okay.
It was more, I mean, I guess we were not even supposedly born in the era of when Salim Chisti was there. So unfortunately, that didn't happen. It would be great though, if that ever did. But as far as Naseer sir is concerned, I guess what Aashim said is absolutely true. What Shubham said. Shubham is the fun kid on the set. You know, Shubham is always keeping things light, always trying to get people together. and always planning these drinks and like, let's hang, let's have a party after this, bro. Let's,
But I'm a very professional actor, guys. I'm not just into the.
It's good when you say it. It's good when you say it. Yeah. So, but he is I would say he's the thread between all of us. On set, whether it be Naseer sir, Aashim, me, him, when we would be sitting down, I guess Shubham would always initiate this conversation. I'm a bit more of a reserved kind of a guy. I love listening to Naseer sir especially when he's giving us knowledge. Like when he told us a story, he told me a story because I asked him about the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen when he did that film and how it was working with Sean Connery, how it was shooting, and he told me his journey of how he went to London, how he had to for a Shakespearean play, in fact, and the director who was directing that Shakespearean play, which was Hamlet, told him that what do you know about Shakespeare? And he gave him, I read Macbeth, I read this, I read that. And he's like, have you read everything? So he sends Naseer sir. Naseer sir said that he went to the library for 6 days and he literally read everything over and over again so that when the director asks him any question, he would be able to answer. So that's the hard work that he put in. And this is English literature that we're talking about. It's not even Hindi. Hindi is a different ballgame and he's ruled that already. Right. He spoke to me about Sparsh, which is one of my favorite films, that he's acted in. So yeah, his amount of knowledge, his amount of experience is incomparable, right? He has kind of like bounced back and forth in both commercial cinema and at that time something which was called parallel cinema, right? So I guess his straddle is so wide that we can't even compare to what he has done in life. So it's an absolute honor to be facing him on screen. Sometimes there was a scene where he slaps me. I love that slap. Such a beautiful slap, right? And he was very considerate about it. I told him, go all out. Like, don't worry about it. But even then, he would be very considerate about the other actor. He's very considerate about not overstepping. There is no sort of, like he said, there's no senior or like I'm the thing, or there's nothing like that. He was sitting and he would do lines. He would come up and he would say, let's do lines together. That's the humility that he possesses. So it's an honor, a privilege, and a blessing to have shared screen with Naseer sir.
What about you? I mean, while they all have a father-son bond with him, your character doesn't actually have a very...
He has a Dulhan wala bond, you didn't tell him?
Oh, yes, he has a Dulhan wala bond too.
Yeah.
But how's your character, your rapport with...
Actually, I have to tell you that one of the things that really made my eyes light up was when I did that meeting with Ron, our director, and the writers, William and Simon. They said that Naseer sir is playing Akbar. I was like, oh my God. And I think that was just so surreal for me, just to be on set with him, because when with certain actors, you never imagine, how you'll ever get a chance to work with them. And when you work with somebody, especially on a movie set or whatever, it's a very different kind of, I think one of the most beautiful things about working on a movie set is the thing, dropping that ball. At least that's the only way I know, and to really be able to completely give yourself to the process and to trust. And that can only happen when you work like this. It can't happen when you work at an event, or you go in, you're a fangirl and you're like, oh my God, sir, I love your work, and you're watching their films back to back. It's that thing of, here I am, I surrender to this process, and I, sir, really trust you. So whatever it is that you're saying, I'm listening, and hopefully I will be able to also, be present and be attentive and respond as you hope for the character that you are playing or whatever. So I found that process really amazing with Naseer sir, and I also found that because of his love, his theatre, and I have never done theatre, And I was just like, I'm going to die, because he loves to rehearse.
Okay.
And I am a very bad rehearser. So I used to always tell him that, so I think I'll do very bad rehearsals, please, sorry. And he was just so sweet and so patient, but I would just keep doing rehearsals mechanically with him. And it gave me a whole new way of working and understanding, blocking, etc., etc. And also the fact that Ron, our director, gave us the space to do all of this, and I found it really incredible working with him. Also, the fact that his command over the language, I mean, it's really chota muh badi baat, but I feel like it's so important for us, especially our generation of actors, to understand that when you know a language and you really know it from here and here, it really makes a huge difference to how you perform and how you internalize things, And I think it was a big thing to watch and learn, and just, it was amazing. And he's also very kind, very sweet. I thought I would be afraid of him, but he was just so sweet, and he was always wanting to feed us and look after us, and he was like the elder on set, just making sure everybody was okay.
Wow.
He's very amazing.